But I'm not a retired athlete. But I'm not a celebrity. I'm not some big influencer. I don't have millions and millions of followers. But I don't have some wild inspirational story. I've never been homeless. I haven't OD'd on drugs. I don't have any of those crazy stories that other people do. But I'm not that popular. But I don't have that much experience. But. Listen, imposter syndrome is going to tell you it's okay if you have a goal. It's cute that you have a mission, but those other people out there, they're more qualified than you. Imposter syndrome is going to lie to you. It's going to tell you you don't belong. You can't succeed here. All those other people are legit and you're a fake. It's going to trick you and hold you captive because you don't have certain characteristics of other people. But you know what? To hell with imposter syndrome. One of the best pieces of advice I've ever gotten in my career was when I started my speaking career. I was making the mistake of listening to the voices, the imposter syndrome. I believed I didn't belong. I was comparing myself to all these other speakers out there, the great things they were doing, and seeing that my backstory didn't match up with theirs. I didn't have some crazy story, some crazy background, some crazy miracle things I've overcome. How was I ever going to succeed? How would I make it? And I'll never forget this moment, but my coach stopped me and he looked me right in the eye. He said, "You know what, Jake? You are right. You don't have any of that stuff. But I'm betting that 90% of the people you talk to don't either. I bet most of the people you go present in front of can't relate to being homeless, being so broken and beat down, being stuck in the wilderness. They don't have those stories either. But you know what they can relate to? Your story. See, that 90% can probably relate to being broken after a failed relationship. They can relate to trying to drink their pain away and numb just the loss of relationship or career in life. That 90% probably knows what it feels like to be trapped by a job that lacked fulfillment. They know the pain of living with toxic relationships that drain your emotions, drain your energy, and keep you from living your best life. They know what it's like to go to bed every night just wanting to succeed, wanting to change your life and not knowing how. Feeling like you're destined for more. You've got more within you, but you don't know the first step. You see, that 90%, they know what it's like to fill their spirit, fill their life with so many things, trying to fill the void. And they're the things that can't fill that void. They can't make you whole. And so you keep longing, keep wanting, keep wishing for a change. That 90%, they can relate to the heavy burden of financial stress, career stress, emotional stress, hell, life stress. They know what it's like to be beat down. They know what it's like to fail, to fall down, to lose motivation, to question if you have what it takes. And guess what? You get the opportunity to influence that 90%. You get the opportunity to encourage that 90%, to help them change their mindset, help them change their perspective, and ultimately help them change their life. Quit worrying about what other speakers have, what they don't have. Quit worrying about the 10% that can't relate to you. Focus on the 90. How can you change the 90? Here's the thing. Everyone working towards something great is going to feel like an imposter. They're going to feel like they don't belong, that everyone else will suddenly find them out and they'll be ostracized. Imposter syndrome is going to trick you. It's going to tell you don't show up, don't do your best, don't even put yourself out there because you don't belong. But here's the thing, you 100% belong. Everyone growing, everyone leveling up is going to hear the doubts that they don't have what it takes to succeed. But guess what? Given enough repetitions, given enough exercise toward it, you will. It doesn't matter what those voices say. It doesn't matter what those whispers lie to you. It matters what you do. It doesn't matter what that but says you lack. It matters what you build. Imposter syndrome is going to lie to you and trick you into not taking action toward the things you have to take action toward. And guess what? If other people out there are doing what you want to do, awesome. Just proves it can be done. So instead of being discouraged, instead of feeling like you're an imposter, you can't do that, you don't belong, look at it as inspiration that you can do it too. There are other people in this world less qualified than you doing exactly what you want to do because they chose to block out those voices, silence that imposter syndrome, and just take action. They stopped comparing themselves to everyone else and started competing against their own previous best. So how about you do too? Great competitors are taking action regardless of what those voices say, regardless of how they feel if they're not qualified. If you're pursuing something better, if you're trying to be better, trying to grow, trying to level up, the imposter syndrome is going to tell you that you don't belong, but here's the thing, you do. Thanks for tuning in, competitors, to another episode of Compete Every Day. To find out more, get connected with people taking action, ignoring those imposter syndrome, ignoring those doubts, those fears, and leveling up their life. Check out CompeteEveryday.com.